Okay, so it's been a couple days. We've let everything settle down in our mead that we're making. Now we're going to go ahead and siphon it off. Now, you want to make sure that you've got the right equipment as well when you're doing this here. I've got a couple different siphons. This one here is the large one that I use when I'm making 5-gallon batches. I've also got a special piece that goes on the end here that when I'm filling up bottles, and we'll see this on a later video, this plunger here will go up. It will fill up the bottle, and when I release, when I pull this up, then that plunger goes back down, stops the flow, and I can go from one bottle to another. For today though, since we've been making 1-gallon batches, we're going to be using our mini siphon here. So we'll go ahead and take the lid off of this one. I'm actually going to drop that into our sanitation bucket. Now obviously I've got this raised up so that gravity will be doing the work once we get this going. And again, everything's sanitized, so we're good there. And we're going to get it going, stick this in. I'm not going to put it all the way down to the bottom. I'll bring it up just a little bit. I want to try and leave as much of the leaves behind. Then you just pump this. And then once it gets going, it's just going to flow on its own. So we're going to get this one done, then we're going to move, we've got the Viking's blood here, we're going to get this one done. Look at the color on this is awesome. I'll show that to you in a few minutes. And then we're going to move on to the Dragon's Breath. So stay tuned. So this has got a beautiful red color to it. It looks great. I'm getting some particles coming through from what was left over after we pulled out our fruit. But we're going to have multiple rackings of this. And all that should settle down, and we'll eventually there won't be any particles in it at all. As it gets down close to the bottom, we're going to lean this up slowly. Actually, we're getting pretty full here. And as it comes up, we're going to pull this out. There we go. We got a little bit left here. We're going to put that into, I've got a couple half gallons as well, and we're going to move it into some half gallons. Rack it into some half gallons here. Okay, so we've got our stopper with our airlock in it, with our Star San sanitizer. We're going to go ahead and cap off the bottle here, and then we will put this downstairs. So just so you can get a good look at it. Let's see, my color of my shirt doesn't get in the way. It's got a beautiful color to it. We're going to take some masking tape. We'll take some masking tape. We'll put the masking tape on here and mark it as to which one it is, because the Dragon's Breath mead looks a lot like it. Okay, just learned a big lesson. When you're buying your 1-gallon jugs and you are buying your stoppers, make sure that the stoppers fit the jars. The first jar that I used to fill up with, the stopper's too big for it. They look like they fit. It didn't. So I grabbed one of my other jars that it does fit in. So we've got that in there. However, it's still wanting to push it out. So I'm just going to go ahead and secure it in here with a couple rubber bands. One there. One there. That should be good to go. We can go ahead and set that downstairs. Let's get the dragon's breath taken care of now. In our sanitation bucket here, we have our siphon. We're going to go ahead and run the sanitation water through our siphon here, just to clean it out. Okay. And we'll take our lid here, take this off. Toss that in the sanitation bucket. I've already checked that the lid, that the stopper fits this jar. And just like last time, put it in here. Yeah, so once we get it going, get the flow going, gravity's going to do all the work. It's just going to pull it right out, put it into our 1 gallon container here, be done in just a couple minutes. Now you do need to keep an eye on it as it gets lower. Once it gets down to a certain point, we need to tip our container here. We want to do it slowly because we don't want all of the sediment, all the leaves to be coming into our siphon. So we're just going to tip it slightly and allows it to continue to flow in. We're going to give it the tip. So notice I'm tipping it very slowly. I don't want all the sediment to come rushing down. While watching both the sediment and our glass carboy here, because we don't want to overflow. We're just going to pull it out at this point. Great. Okay, and we will go ahead and cap this one as well. Nice and snug. That one does not look like it's going to need rubber bands to stay in. Good, so we've got a couple half-gallon jugs. We're going to take what's left in here, maybe mix the two together. Now, see how that comes out? What would we call that? Viking dragon's blood? Let's give it a shot here. So we've got to get the right tilt on it just to get this going. There's not a lot left in here. I think there's enough. We'll see if we can get a full half-gallon between the two. We'll take it, otherwise we'll pitch it. Now, okay, we'll move this bucket over here. Move this one back up here. Get this one to tilt also. get it going. Excellent. Okay. This can all get washed now. Now, hopefully, I did not check to see if this specific plug will work for this bottle. Hopefully it will. So, again, in our, what do we call this? Viking's Dragon's Blood Mead, our airlock does not fit in it. We have to improvise until we can make it over to Bell's Brewery to get a right size stopper. So I can pick that up tomorrow. In the meantime, I have rubber gloves. And I'm going to place a rubber glove over the top of it. With the rubber band. To hold it on. If you run into a bind like I did here, you can use a rubber glove here. Look what I'm doing. You can also use a balloon. Okay. So now we will take a needle and we're going to prick the top of one of the fingers. That will allow gases to escape, will not allow the bugs and stuff to get in. And that will hold it until I get a stopper on there tomorrow. So again, thanks for coming out and hanging out with me tonight. So not everything goes as planned. As we saw, I got some wrong size stoppers. It happens. We were able to jerry rig something until I can get a new stopper in tomorrow. But we were able to get a half gallon of Viking Dragon's Blood Mead, a gallon of Dragon's Breath Mead, and a gallon of Viking's Blood Mead. I really hope you enjoyed the videos. Go ahead and click that like button and the subscribe button. I'll also have a couple other videos over here and a subscribe button over here. Until next time, thanks for hanging with Hodge.